So now we will be talking about the second group of quantitative control measures of RBI, which broadly is termed as policy rates. Policy rates. And within this category there are three subgroups. One is bank rates, one is bank rates, the second is liquidity adjustment facility, LAF, and a newly created window, marginal standing facility, which is popular in the name of MSF. So one by one we will be talking about these three which falls within the category of policy rates. So first I will be talking about bank rates. Now many students have this confusion that the rate at which banks will lend money to people or customer is known as bank rates. No, it's not bank rate. So what I would like you all to remember, that bank rate is basically the rate payable by commercial banks on the loans from RBI. I would just like you all to remember that the rate at which RBI gives loan to banks is known as bank rates. Now this definitely will govern the market rates of interest. So how much will be the rate of interest charged by the bank which it gives to people depends on how much rate of interest the bank is paying to RBI for getting the loan. So one conceptual clarity you all should have, that bank rate is actually the rate at which RBI will give loan to banks. Many a times bank rate is also known as discount rate. Bank rate is also known as discount rate. Okay, and bank rate actually affects other market rates of interest, market rates of interest. And I would just like you all to understand this relationship, that let us say this is bank rate. Now if bank rate will increase, what will happen? This will lead to, right, this will lead to increase in cost of credit. So the cost of credit will also increase, okay, and this will lead to demand for credit. If we see, demand for credit will decrease. Contraction in the demand for credit, and if bank rate will be reduced, then the cost of credit will reduce, and consequential demand for credit will increase. So, very, very important, policy rate is bank rate, and you all need to understand that bank rate is the rate at which RBI gives loan to banks, and as an end result it impacts the rate of interest on which banks will give loan to customers, clients or people. So, this is about bank rates which you need to know. Okay. Now, the most important, right, the most important component within policy rate is liquidity adjustment facility, liquidity adjustment facility, LAF, okay, LAF, liquidity adjustment facility, and within this the two rates which are there, repo rate, and the second one is reverse repo rate, right, reverse repo rate. Now, this was, right, this was conceptualized and included within the monetary policy in the year 2000, and since 2000 this is very much integral part of the monetary policy of RBI and is an important instrument when it comes to quantitative control measures of RBI, repo rate and reverse repo rate. Now, I would just like you all to remember what is the repo. You know, this word has originated from this word repurchase option, repurchase option. So, this is, right, this is very, very important. Now, what is the meaning of repo rate? You need to understand it clearly. Now, repo rate is basically the rate, this is basically, you need to understand that repo rate is the rate. Now, I would just like you to remember, right, I would just like you to remember that when we, right, when we see that if the bank is in need, now this is very, very important concept, right. So, let us assume the two stakeholders, one is bank and other is RBI, the apex or the central bank. These are the two stakeholders, right, these are the two stakeholders, and you can understand the repo rate concept only when, and both the concept, right, both the concept. Even in the reverse repo, two stakeholders, one is bank, the other is RBI. Okay. And how you can understand the two concepts? Let us see, right, let us see. In this repo, what actually, some for liquidity adjustment purpose, if the bank is in need of, right, if the bank is in need of money. So, what will be done by the bank? What will be done by the bank, right? The bank in repo rate, you just see repo rate, who takes loan? Bank. Bank takes loan and RBI gives loan. So, in repo rate, lending is done by RBI and borrowing is done by banks. Okay. And this lending and borrowing is with selling of government securities. So, banks is selling government security and purchase is done by RBI of what? Government security. But right? But this is the interesting thing, right? There is an agreement, right? There is an agreement to repurchase. There is an agreement to repurchase. There is an agreement to repurchase. Okay. Now, what bank is saying that today I need money, you give the money and you keep the government security, we are selling it to you, but we will purchase it back. We will repurchase the government security back, and the rate and the date is decided, that within 30 days, within 10 days we will repurchase. So, this is what is the concept of repo rate. So, what I can say, right, what I can say, that basically you need to remember that repo is, right, repo is a deal, and it involves immediate sell of government securities, immediate sell of government securities, and simultaneous purchase of those securities at a future date, date at a predetermined rate, predetermined rate. So, very important, right? Liquidity adjustment facility, repo rate. Why it is repo rate? Lending is done by RBI, borrowing is done by banks. What is the mechanism? That banks will sell their government securities against which they will get the money. But sale and purchase is happening simultaneously. Banks are selling their government securities to RBI and they are purchasing also, but that purchase will be at a future date and that would be at predetermined rate. This is what is the concept of. Now, this is an instrument which is used by banks and financial institution whenever they are in need of money, right? Whenever they are in need of money for liquidity adjustment purpose, if they are seeing some opportunity, if they are in need, for some statutory compliances, then they will opt for this medium, right? Then they will opt for this medium. So, what I am just when they have less money to lend and they know that there is an opportunity in the market, so this is what they will opt for. So, have you understood this? Right, all of you I think have understood repo rate, why it is known as repo rate, repurchase option. So, basically it is a deal between banks and RBI involving sale of government securities and simultaneously the purchase on a future date at a predetermined rate. So, this is there. Now, in reverse repo, all of you just try to understand, in reverse repo mechanism is same, but the direction is different. So, in reverse repo rate, what will you find? Banks will give loan. So, bank is lending, right? Bank is lending, RBI is taking loan, takes loan, meaning RBI is borrowing. Borrowing is being done by RBI. And again, right, again, what I would just like you all to remember, that selling of government securities and at the same time. So, I can say that reverse repo rate is the rate, reverse repo rate is the rate that banks get from RBI, that bank gets from RBI for parking their short term excess fund, their short term excess funds. And again in this, right, again in this, what is used? Government security. So, at any point of time, if banks have some additional fund, excess fund which they cannot use in market and can earn money, if they keep it with them, they are not earning at all. So, what they will do? Immediately, right, immediately they will put it, right, with RBI. And how RBI will take? RBI will take, and from RBI the banks will purchase the government security, RBI will sell the government security, but RBI is giving the promise of repurchasing those securities at a future date at a predetermined rate. So, reverse repo and repo rate, these two are very important instrument nowadays, and basically reverse repo and repo rate, right, has evolved and emerged as the rate which governs the interest rates in the market, right, interest rates in the market. So, I hope all of you have understood the liquidity adjustment, right, liquidity adjustment facility, repo rate, reverse repo rate. In repo rate, bank will borrow, RBI will lend, but in this there is a deal where there is sale of government securities by banks to RBI for getting funds, but with a promise that repurchase will be done by banks on a future date at a predetermined rate. So, this is what is repo. And reverse repo, sometimes banks have excess funds, so they will park this fund with RBI. And how this whole system operates, that RBI will borrow, lending will be done by the bank, and there will be sale of government security. RBI will be borrowing by selling the government security, and RBI will promise that they will repurchase the government security on future date at predetermined rate. That is what is known as reverse repo. These two are very important. Now, what you should remember, once you have the understanding, then normally reverse repo rate will be always lower than repo rate. Repo rate. Now, this is something which you should remember. Reverse, right, repo rate will always be lower than the repo rate. Okay. So, these are the two very important liquidity adjustment facility, repo rate and reverse repo rate. Now, within the policy rate, the third important component is marginal standing facility, which many a times is known as MSF. And I would just like you all to remember that this MSF right, this marginal standing facility, this marginal standing facility has, this marginal standing facility has emerged as a important component within policy rate group of quantitative control measures since monetary policy of 2011. So, I would just like you to remember that this is a new window as far as RBI credit control instruments are concerned, new window, and this window was conceptualized, created in May 2011. May 2011 it was conceptualized and very well conceptualized and created and I would just like you all to remember that when I am saying MSF, right, whenever I am saying MSF marginal standing facility is basically the rate at which banks are able to borrow from RBI what? Overnight funds, and this they are able to do against government approved securities, So, what I would like you all to remember that sometime the banks are in immediate and urgent need of money and they need it for a time being, just for completing some transaction, right, just for completing some transaction. Now, they do not have money. Let us say that if they get this money, right, they will immediately provide this money to someone who will sell something and will return this money back, and on this kind of transaction the bank is going to earn heavily. Now, they cannot, they cannot use this opportunity because they do not have fund, but if they have fund for a very short period of time, then they can grab that opportunity. So, for such requirements of the bank, since 2011 we have created what? Marginal standing facility, and in marginal standing facility overnight borrowing of funds is done by banks from RBI against government approved securities, against government approved securities. So, in the evening the bank will go to RBI and will say, give us 100 crore loan, tomorrow we will return it back to you and you keep this government security. Tomorrow when we will return it back to you, you return back our. So, this is there. Now, once you have understood that this is overnight, this is overnight withdrawal. Now, since it is overnight, what I would like, definitely RBI will ask for higher rate of interest. So, conceptually I would like you all to remember this: reverse repo rate will be less than repo rate, which will be further less than MSF. So, the rate for marginal standing facility is higher, than repo rate, and repo rate is higher than the reverse repo rate. It's common sense that if you are in urgent need of money for a very short period of time, then you have to pay the higher rate of interest, higher rate of interest. So, MSF is always higher than repo rate and repo rate is always higher than reverse repo rate. Now, within policy rates, we can see very well that banks are using bank rates as well as repo rate as well as MSF, right, marginal standing facility, to get money from RBI. So, what is the difference? Why, what is the difference between these instruments which are there? So, we will see, right, we will see in this respect that, let us say, repo rate, let us say that marginal standing facility, and then third is bank rate. Okay. So, first thing is, difference is in the form of timeline, right. What difference is in the form of timeline? Repo rate is used to meet the fund requirements of less than 90 days, less than 90 days. So, whenever, right, whenever they are in need for fund for a shorter period, then they opt for bank rate is what? Long term, right, long term borrowing, and it is, right, greater than, it is always greater than 90 days. Okay. Whereas MSF is overnight. So, for one day, if the need is there, they use MSF window. If for short term, then they go for repo rate, and if they go for long term, right, then it is bank rate. But what is more important, this mechanism is what is, now in repo rate there is selling of government securities, there is selling of government securities. Bank are selling the securities and simultaneously they are purchasing for future date at predetermined rate, but there is a selling of government security. Now, MSM, when it comes to MSF, G securities, right, G6 or G security, government securities are used as collateral, and I hope all of you understand collateral. For example, right, the security papers which you give to bank at the time of taking loan from the bank is what is known as collaterals. For example, if you go to bank to ask for loan, bank will say, how will you be able to repay the loan? Then you will be showing your income certificate, last 3-year income tax returns. Even then the bank will ask, okay, we will give loan, but you deposit collaterals. So, you will deposit property papers, or you will deposit FD of yours, or maybe share if you have in some company as collateral. And why collateral? That in case you default, then bank will use the collateral, they will liquidate and then they will take their loan back. That is what is known as collateral. So, under marginal standing facility, banks have to provide government security as collateral, but this is where bank rate is very, very important, right, that there is no selling of government security and there is no requirement of any collateral, right, any. So, this is the reason why banks will always have tendency to get loans from RBI at bank rates, but short term if they need money, they do not think of these things, whatever they will use government security which they have, and then they will take money, use money, earn and will increase their profitability. So, mechanism, there is a difference in mechanism of the three. So, in repo rate there is selling of government securities, in marginal standing facility there is use of government security as collaterals, whereas in bank rate there is no selling of government security and there is no requirement of collaterals. Okay. Then very, very important, right, very, very important, who is eligible? Who is eligible? Okay. Now, under repo rate, right, under repo rate commercial banks can get. Okay. As far as MSF is concerned, all scheduled bank, okay, all scheduled banks. And when it comes to bank rate, then commercial banks and some other financial institutions which are under the regulation of RBI, right, which are under the regulation of RBI. Okay. But non-scheduled banks are not entitled for getting money at bank rate. This is something, right, this is something. Now, another difference, and once you have understood this, then you have understanding about this, SLR. Now, I told you, right, can it be used? Now, see, I told you, no, statutory liquidity ratio, that banks have to maintain a percentage of their NDTL with themselves, and this they can maintain in the form of cash, this they can maintain in the form of gold, this they can maintain in the form of T-bills, treasury bills, this they can maintain in the form of G-Secs, that is government securities. Now, the securities which they have, government security, can they use, right, can they use? So, in repo rate they cannot use. Why they cannot use? Now, it is for 90 days and they have to maintain SLR on daily basis. So, if they are maintaining that percentage with them, they cannot use. Now, can they use in MSF, right? Can they use in MSF? Yes. Why they can use in MSF? Because MSF is only for one night, overnight. So, they have to maintain SLR on daily basis. So, in the evening they are maintaining, now next day they have to comply to RBI that they are maintaining. Now, what they will do? In the evening they will use and next day they will get it back from RBI. So, securities which are with bank in the form of SLR can be used, right, in MSF, but same cannot be used in repo rate. And when it comes to bank rate, right, it is not applicable. Why? Because there is no need for any collateral or sale of government securities when banks are getting loan from RBI under bank rate. Okay. So, this is very, very important concept, right, this is very, very important concept. Now, in addition to this, right, so this is about policy rates. So, very important concept within quantitative control, you need to have complete conceptual clarity about bank rates, you need to have complete conceptual clarity about liquidity adjustment facilities in the form of repo rate and reverse repo rate, and you need to have complete conceptual clarity about marginal standing facility, the new window which has been, right, new window which has been created within policy rates, right, within policy rates. The third element, right, the third element, and I would just like you all to remember that nowadays, right, nowadays as per, right, as per RBI Act 1934, which was amended, right, which was amended, we have created, right, we have created a monetary policy committee, monetary policy committee. Okay. Monetary policy committee has been created, and this is since right? This is since 2016, right? This is since 2016, and this committee actually decides the various rates like repo rate, reverse repo rate, margin standing facility, and how much is the need for liquidity adjustment as per the current demand of the economy. And this monetary, right, this monetary policy committee is 6-member committee including the chairman, 6 members including chairman, okay, and RBI governor is the chairman, rather the ex officio chairman of this committee. RBI governor is the ex officio chairman of this committee. You know the meaning of ex officio. By virtue of holding one post, the office bearer will hold another post. Okay. So what is there? Whosoever will be the governor of RBI will be the chairman of monetary policy committee by virtue of being the governor of RBI. No separate appointment as chairman of monetary policy committee and no need for separate removal. Okay. So governor of RBI is there. Then in addition to this, deputy governor of RBI, and who is in charge. There are different deputy governors. So whosoever is in charge of monetary policy will be the member, deputy governor. So whosoever is in charge of monetary policy, whosoever is in charge of monetary policy, that deputy governor will be the member. Okay. Then officer of RBI, one more officer of RBI, and this officer is to be nominated. This mechanism is since 2016. This officer is to be nominated by central board members, CBM, central board members of RBI. And in addition to the 3 who are from RBI, 3 experts, right, 3 experts, okay, 3 experts, and these 3 experts, right, these 3 experts will hold office for the period of, right, for the period of 4 years. Okay. And when it comes to, right, when it comes to there is a consultation which is there, right, there is a consultation which is there. So what I am just trying to say that 3 experts, and in the appointment of the experts, Ministry of Finance, Government of India has a important role to play. So I would just like you all to remember that since 2016 we have, right, we have this 3 experts are, right, 3 experts are brought in this committee as the representative of Ministry of Finance, and through consultation the committee will fix the some of the experts have made allegation after the emergence of this mechanism in 2016 that this is encroachment in the autonomy of RBI as far as the monetary policy formulation is concerned. Okay, formulation is concerned, but we need to understand that there is a need for coordination, cooperation and collaboration between RBI and Ministry of Finance, Government of India to achieve the dual objective of economy, that is to keep the price level under control, that is to keep inflation under control, and at the same time to ensure higher rate of growth of economy. If we want to achieve, then there must be better coordination, cooperation and collaboration, but certainly at no cost the autonomy of RBI as far as its role in formulating monetary policy is concerned should get compromised. So, this mechanism is there, since 2016, Monetary Policy Committee. Now, I would just like you all to understand that policy rates are very important, bank rates, liquidity adjustment facility in terms of repo rate, reverse repo rate, and then the marginal standing facility.